Thanks so much for coming to the rAVe Esports Show with me, your host, Bubba Gaeddert. I'm excited to show you my adventure to the Esports World Cup. I hope you enjoy. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the show and make sure you donate to the Video Games and Esports Foundation. We would like to thank our very special sponsors this season, Extron. Without you, our show is not possible at rAVe Pubs for the rAVe Esports Show. Thank you so much for your support, and we look forward to working with you more. If you'd like to learn more, check out extron.com/esports. All right, we are into it. This is the Esports World Cup with the rAVe Esports Show. Check out these cool videos first. Oh, that's so sick. The graphics are crazy. This part reminds me of like the Game of Thrones intro. Just amazing work. 3D modeling, graphics. So these videos are just kind of what they use promotional before intros and everything. Well, this next one explains the World Cup for you. If you don't know much about the Esports World Cup, it'll tell you how it works.
Welcome to the Esports World Cup, the pinnacle of esports competition, waged over 7 action-packed weeks, featuring the world's best players competing in the best games.
What's your favorite
for
game?
A chance to take home a share of
70
our
million.
life-changing prize pool.
What game do you play?
There's a
Put it in
ton
the
of
chat.
money on the line, so let's break it down. $44 million will be split across game championships, qualifiers, and achievements, with the remaining $27 million reserved for the best performing clubs across all tournaments in the club championship, where we'll crown the best esports club in the world. However,
that's right. You'll see. We've got the club championship this year again.
Throughout the Esports World Cup, clubs will earn points based on their placement in each title. At the end of the Esports World Cup, the top 24 clubs will earn a share of the $27 million, with the winner taking home a staggering $7 million, and of course, the title.
What would you do? What would you do with $7 million?
And it doesn't stop there. For these 7 weeks, rAVe Boulevard transforms into the ultimate gaming festival, featuring everything from heart-pounding community tournaments,
an amazing games
to
festival,
all-star show matches, and live performances from global music icons. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever before, all kicking off with a jaw-dropping opening ceremony.
Yes. Yes. This is accurate.
Who will rise
I'll go over a little bit of
history? Watch it all here at the Esports World Cup.
All right, and this one kind of breaks down the trophy and how it works. You'll see more about it.
No competition is as ruthless as the Esports World Cup. Its trophy system is no exception. The Club Championship Trophy, awarded to the one club that rose above the rest and reigned supreme across all EWC
Who will
games.
it be?
The Game Trophy. When a competitor closes their eyes, it's all they see, and it's not complete until it's sealed with a champion's key. Every participant earns a key engraved with their name. That's their right to compete. This year, returning champions hold a key unlike any other. Only one can place their key into the Game Trophy and become an EWC champion. The frame of the champion's key is embedded into the totem, a stone marker of legacy displaying every champion of the year. The keys of the eliminated will be crushed.
Okay, this is cool.
Select 3 broken keys.
I'll show you what this looks like.
Of who they have humbled. Beneath
and how it gets crushed.
A resin block holds the remaining keys, a graveyard of fallen contenders.
It was wicked to see this.
Will your dreams be broken or your name carved in gold and stone?
And get to walk on top of it.
Nothing is granted. Everything is earned.
That's it. Okay, so here we go. Oh, this is me walking up to Boulevard City in Riyadh. It's music though. This is nighttime. Man, these drone shots were really cool to get. Not by me. This is Esports World Cup's stuff on their stream, but this is just an amazing space. It is this huge like amusement park. It's a big festival. Yeah, it was just amazing. There's multiple areas just like that. I think there's 2. You can't see them right now, but it's like on the other side. It's this big circular area in the middle, then it breaks out, and then there was some really cool drone flight lights. It's just really neat. And this is Riyadh. I got some more coverage of that later, and that's a little bit of a place. Oh, there's the hotel I stayed at. This was such amazing. You'll see a ton of really great AV throughout. There's the middle part, and that's the central part. So if you look kind of left and right, there's those big entryways that we were kind of seeing that drone footage as I pause it here. These buildings were enormous with the gaming arenas inside. There's 4 on the right and there's 1 large on the left, and that's where most of everything happened. And there's some more of the drones in the sky doing shows as they do. Just part of the fun, part of the fandom. And let's see. Oh yeah, and man, I tell you, first time in Riyadh for me, first time in the whole region, and being able to go and check out the sights, go up in this elevator and see the city in the middle of the day. Wow, just breathtaking to be able to go up there, check out this city in the middle of the desert. But it's not just a nowhere. It is incredible. The people were so amazing. So welcoming. Yeah, it's great. I was obviously dumb and wore black suits, dark suits in 110 Fahrenheit or 45 Celsius. And I did get to go by this a few times. That's a bridge across the top. Oh, of course. Got to show you my cool swag. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, then just to go into the area, there is a lot of stuff like this. It's just amazing AV, lights everywhere. I mean, I took a lot of this content on my new iPhone, and I didn't really set it to not mess with the glare of the lights because there was just so much. And man, it is just incredible how much money is spent on this place. You look there were some areas like this. Families could go and hang out and see some of the top players. They could play games. There's a couple retro game areas, and there's like other things happening around, not just esports, which is a smart. This is the Twisted Minds headquarters. It was cool. You get to go in to theirs, Team Falcon, I think one other, but to walk around, see all their trophies, like a trophy case. This is so much like my university would have done for American football. And this was like their stage where they would hang out. Maybe it was just after they won the PUBG championship, which I'll show you towards the end. It was kind of my favorite part. It was actually one of my favorite parts. But this space was pretty cool because people would go in there. I came in at a time when there wasn't a lot of people, which was nice. And that's their locker rooms. That's so cool. Outside at all these other buildings, this is just another building with other activities. There's probably 10 of these large buildings that have events, or they're showing off stuff, or it's where production is happening, or it's stages. It's so much fun. Now, this one I thought was really fun just because we're doing stuff with F1 and sim racing at the university I teach out here in London and the College of Esports. And I got to go in, and it's definitely all about sim racing. And I believe they did sim racing tournaments here, but then they had also, when it was like the main stage, they would just set up sim rigs on the stage for those finals and those playoffs, but there could actually be tournaments happening here. And just the amount of tech all over the lights, again, just an amazing, amazing place. These guys. Over and over they said this. I forgot what it meant. I wrote it down. It's like, you're welcome, hello, love you. Look, this thing is huge. Yeah, you know what that is? Attack on Titans. Wow, all this anime was really cool. This is a really cool just place with a bunch of Japanese culture. And then this other next building was kind of like an expo, but it was also where the teams could hang out and you could go get in line and get autographs. You could kind of see lines for people waiting for their favorite team, whether it be Team Falcons or whether it be any of the other ones. Now, this was the 2030 booth, and I got to go up and learn about the Vision 2030 that's happening in Saudi Arabia. And man, there's just a lot happening there. Other booths, I thought I saw some guy I knew, that guy right there, but I couldn't remember. Maybe I didn't want to be weird and like go and talk to him. Like, hey, I know you. This was another big stage inside there. That's one stage outside, but luckily I got a press pass, and you'll see a lot of cool stuff throughout this. I got to go in. Like, there's no way I could have gone in here without a press pass that I got from rAVe, because I said, hey, I'm doing stuff for rAVe. They're like, cool, here's a press pass. And this was a stage that was doing like I thought it was AI show, but it's Owl show. I guess a guy named Owl. This is a huge building. Like at a fairgrounds. Then I got to go up into the press area, and this is where they would interview teams, interview individuals. It was kind of this, you couldn't find it. There's no way you knew where this was. You had to be shown where this is. And if you were a production or a publishing company or a paper or whatever, you could stand at those stanchions, and you could ask questions, interview with the step repeat banners, like right here. Look at all the lighting, the cameras. I got a lot of videos of cameras looking like a big dummy. There is Twisted Minds, after they just won the PUBG tournament, they were getting interviewed, and they had a bunch of fans there as well that were excited for him. Yeah, it was a pretty cool place. And yeah, that's the trophy. That's the trophy that they won. Okay, so this right here, there's two huge bodyguards here to the left, but right there on the ground, you'll see that's where a bunch of the broken triangle metal pieces from their trophies went after they got smashed, which I'll show you later how that looks. And this is the whole area where I'll show you a little bit later. Now, I took some of the content from the stream and I put all the main stages together. You'll see it kind of transition between different ones. Here we go, let's watch. Here it comes. Just production. With pyro. Later I'll show you behind the scenes of them doing rehearsal. All the lighting, the amount of cues, the amount of software to put all this on. Oh. This camera shot though was really cool. They always had drummers that would come up and they would play towards the beat. And this was my favorite tournament area. It was where most of the battleground stuff happens. But you'll see later what the flooring does. I don't know if it happens right here. Yeah, it does. There it goes. Every one of those meter by meter squares kind of come out of the ground and do whatever they want. This song is like ingrained in my mind. I'll show you more of this arena later and how cool it is when they jump down this arena as well. This is a different one. See, that's an arena where I saw Rocket League and other matches. You saw an arena that was kind of for Battle Royale, and then there was a different one I'll show you that was more of that 1v1 kind of Street Fighter fighting game type stage. Yeah, the lights queued up. It's just incredible what's happening. Okay, so this, I just wanted to show you kind of the opening ceremony and how legit this was. Team Falcons won in 2024. They also won in 2025, if you didn't know. And I don't know how much the music in this is going to, if it's on YouTube, we'll get copyright strike, but this opening ceremony was amazing. They built this whole stage, all this stuff in one of the big, huge buildings. And I love this opening ceremony. As you saw, Team Falcons up on top, you know, bunch of cool nerds hanging out on top of a mountain. And then, of course, Magnus Carlsen, Team Liquid, and other players. But the choreography, how many times did he rehearse this? This dude, I'm so cool. It was dope. What's happening on the stage, what's happening on the walls, what's happening on those big set pieces, the pyro, the musician, people were going crazy. Yeah. Hopefully this doesn't get a copyright strike. But if you're watching live, it's fine. There we go. The choreography's music. Look what's happening on the floor. It's like a Taylor Swift concert or Travis Kelce's fiance. Yeah. So that was one part about. I got some other things I want to show you with the opening ceremony. First off, the fireworks was part of the opening ceremony and the closing ceremony. This is just some stuff sped up with all the different angles. They had drones, they had cameras on boom arms in different stages. Yeah, it looks really fast, but this was happening during the opening ceremony, before or after the opening song, maybe. And I loved this pull out from the stage. This was one area. There was another one just like this that didn't have that stage. Oh, okay. All right. So this is Post Malone. So don't copyright strike me, YouTube or anybody. But he sang a couple songs that evening, but he also was part of the main opening ceremony. But I wanted to show you some of the cameras and the lights. Like you can see that camera in the background, the lights. Here in a minute, you'll see something really, really cool. Is this robot? Look at this robot. It reminds me of like one of those robots that goes and diffuses bombs, but it's a robot with a camera. And he would go out of the stage so much. The poor guys who were doing the camera work had to follow him so much. Now watch this part. This was so cool in the ceremony. I had to watch it multiple times. Okay. This guy's gonna walk up and they have this really cool point of view camera on his shoulder. And I want you to see what you think happened. Okay, watch this. When you see him, look at this way. Ooh. How do you do that? How do you do that? Okay. How do you do it? What do you think in the chat? Well, let's watch it back here. So he comes up, you get this camera angle, he's turned around. Boom. Boom. Well, I'm early. Okay, what do you think? I'm gonna do it one more time. Okay, so I think it was a pre-recorded thing. It's pretty cool. That was just another cool thing. Well, we're gonna hear from Extron, our sponsor, real quick.
Get future ready with Extron Esports AV technologies. Experience better looking images and higher quality sound with AV systems that are easy to control. When it comes to esports, Extron provides the winning edge. To learn more, visit extron.com/esports.
Okay, all right. So we are back at it, and I want to show you some of the content I was able to get of some of the different stages. We're going to look at the 3 big open stages or arenas. This one is more like the 1v1. Yeah, if you can see all the AV. Of course, like I said, I'm going to be recording some cameras. I talked to this dude who's actually from the London area and connected with him. He's going to come speak to our students because he's an audio engineer. He showed me these cool cables those are spools for the cameras up in the sky, which I'll show in a second. And it was just fun to go in there when nobody's in there. And it's just me and this guy talking about all the AV and everything happening. There's a camera way up there. There it is. But empty space. Yeah. Other cameras. If you know what this equipment is, please put it in the chat. And how cool is it? I got to go up on the stage. I mean, I'm not just watching this on Twitch or YouTube. I'm up on stage, looking at the kit, looking at all the equipment. And like I said, Tekken 8 was happening there that day, that weekend. And then I think Street Fighter was next. They had other 1v1. I think they used it for other tournament, game titles. But the intensity, here in a bit, I'll show you the actual recording of, so I'll show you the recording of the experience in there. This is going to be a lot of fun. Now, this is where you see the key. I said earlier, the metal, I meant to call it the key that gets crushed. I'll show you how that works here in a little bit. But every one of these arenas, I break them down where I kind of show you some behind the scenes stuff. Then I'll go in with when the fans are in there, when it's loud and crazy. I mean, I got so much content. It was great. This is more than you probably want to see, but stick around, watch. I couldn't really see behind these panel walls, but you can tell that there are some beautiful motion array LED walls. Just check out the lighting. So I get to go up there, up the steps. Shh. I don't know if the Esports World Cup Foundation is watching right now. Okay. They're gonna be like, what was this dude doing? What was this dude doing up on the stage? Who is this guy? But yeah, that's one of the arenas. I think that's the smaller of the 3 arenas. Yeah, it is the smaller of 3. But then this is where like the hosts and the players walk out. This is like the walkout tunnel behind the stage. Even these extra lights, probably for helping you see. There's a big can light right there. And then yeah, security guards are back there like, who is this guy? You just gotta go somewhere and be confident. You just be confident where you walk in. Who knows if I'm supposed to be back there, but I wanted to grab all this really cool stuff. That's one of another interview spot. If you know what this stuff is, please put it in the chat. I am just an esports nerd, not the AV tech nerd. There's another shot from, I think that's from the other side when I went around. And just the production that's happening. That's just one of the production rooms for just that stage. And there's a whole other production room for the whole event. There's 3 streams going, live streams going on. More than that, to be honest, on other platforms. And yeah, then I walk back out as if I'm a player or a host, as if I'm that cool. And I guess I kept walking. I can't remember what I did that. Yeah. Other scenes. I mean, it's so much fun. I would have never been able to see this angle of the place. And I'll take you down. I always thought these were cool. These tunnels were, I think, on 2 of the 3. And these tunnels is where they would walk out and take their keys to go add to the championship wall totem thing. You'll see like the monolith from 2001. Hello, Dave. Is this you? Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. I think this is the Tekken. This might be the Tekken championship. Might be the finals. I think it was. Yeah, it was maybe playoffs that day. Yeah, pretty chill, but as I get up, you'll see and you'll hear a little more. You can kind of hear and cheering. Try not to get too much content of people, but it's just hard. There's so many people there. But check out the big screens up on the top. You can see. Then you got TVs down below if you were closer, if you had better seats or whatever. And then and then the big full shots of their face on the right and left. That's just, I mean, when you have so much money to do whatever, do this, I don't know, 100 million to produce this. Here in a second, I think I look at some stuff on the top that is kind of, yeah, behind the scenes. There's a dude here, I don't know, I probably was getting him, like, texting his wife, I have no idea. If you know what those sure things are, please tell me in the chat. It's a test. I see them all over the place. Oh, look at the transitions and the close-ups. All the lights, the sticks, you could do blue or red or purple or whatever, and then sometimes they activated them with what's happening. There's some streamers there, actual like influence streamers, streaming the actual matches with in the background. Just a smart setup. yeah, this. You signed a waiver. It wasn't my waiver, but you signed a release form for there. Sorry, you're on the internet. Yeah, this was a playoff. It wasn't the final, because the final I'll show you here in a minute of the guy that actually won and how emotional he was. He won back to back. Yeah, just came down the other side. I was just. It was incredible. I'm gonna say amazing and incredible to me. There's the referees right there who are watching everything. You'll see in some other stages the referees. But the stuff up top was cool where the cameras came out, the lighting. It'd be crazy if those moved. You'll see later some other ones move. And so this was the live stream guy winning. Yeah, Shanghai. He won the first year, so his key had a little emblem on it. If you remember from the first part of this video, the information video described how there was an extra medallion on his key because he won last year. So in 2026, if he comes back for a third time, will he get his medallion? I don't know what happened. But if you won this year and you come back next year, if there is one specifically next year, I'm not sure how they're going to set up the next few years exactly, but they're waiting for this guy to lift the trophy. And there he goes. Now they can trigger the confetti and the announcers for Street Fighter. This is actually Street Fighter. My bad, not Tekken. This one just was pretty cool to grab. This was one of the last events of the 2 months. Street Fighter. It happened just a few days ago. Today's the 28th. That happened 4 or 5 days ago. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the smaller arena. Now, as we go here, this was Rocket League and some of the 3v3 or 5v5 kind of team versus team, like 2 teams matchup. So it could be Rocket League 3v3. I'd say this is the larger arena for fans, for spectators. There's even more seats at the back that they would take off the covers. And I got to sit there, and you'll see this is the rehearsal. You can find my bald head. There's a couple times during the live stream where you actually may see me in the live stream from Twitch, but I got to sit down there and watch these guys produce and just be that nerd. And you can kind of see me. I think I was waving, and then I got it close up. I was like, there's my bald head. Oh, I'm in the front row. It's like a tomato sitting on top of. Okay, great shot, Bubba. Great shot. I was embarrassed. But this is the rehearsal. So if you didn't see this on my LinkedIn or my Twitter or anything, I got to see this rehearsal, and I mean, I posted maybe a few minutes after that, So good thing they don't follow me, because otherwise they'd be like, why did you give out stuff before it happened? And I believe this was for the intro of the finals for Rocket League. Yeah, it was Rocket League. My kids really want me to go Rocket League to watch, and I got to watch a little bit with them while I was in Saudi Arabia, like on a Zoom call or a FaceTime. The pyro was really cool. But this is just behind the scenes. Nobody's in there except all the techs and the producers and everything else. But those sticks, they're changing colors right now. You can see, or they're glowing at different rates. So this is when they show up for the finals. The finals was packed. I'll show you a line outside in a minute. I couldn't hardly get back there. I wanted to get back in that spot. I got to go get some shots, but I climbed the stairs. I got to talk to the top player there from the PUBG tournament from Twisted Minds. Said hello to him, but it was just packed full of people. Standing room only. It was limited tickets available. I'm so lucky I had a press pass. There's no way I could have gotten there. And I just tried to grab content and not be a jerk and beat everybody's way. And it gets pretty crazy here in a minute, because I believe Falcons are playing right now. Yeah. And they won this series. Didn't win the whole thing. But the fans are pretty crazy in this one. The fans are crazy fun. Yeah, here it comes. Game over. Everybody's crazy. Yeah, so that was the kind of larger spectator arena, but it was maybe the smaller team size. Then I wanted to show you how the key gets crushed. So they put it under, the machine. If you watch YouTube, or you'll have,
I mean, they're gonna have it's gonna be a cool match. I look at that,
if you watch Instagram or something and you see stuff get smashed, it's one of those things.
Shouldn't be anything popping off on that one. Okay, so
watch this guy's face. So excited. The excitement of a gamer.
That's the most excited you're ever going to be, Rob.
And then, so this was a little bit more of that space. I got it from a different angle, a different guy who cut or squashed a key. This was like a playoff game, but I just wanted to show you. That was a stream a second ago. This one is me actually just recording it up on the screen to watch it, because it was the first time I was seeing it in person. Oh, and it made a real loud sound when it popped. There's a kid like, yeah, I'm so cool. He knows he's 20. I have no idea. Then you walk into the main arena, where not a big game production does kind of happen here.
Thank you.
Everybody said welcome. It was nice. But this is where I wanted to show you kind of the stream side of where the keys go, where the triangle gets fit in, where you walk on stuff, where those bodyguards are there in the middle. I got to play some Fortnite over there on the right. There's just all sorts of cool stuff in here. And there's a big stage in the back where you'll see Ronaldo here in a minute.
A team that comes from
So this is Hercules announcing. She's one of the top Rocket League shoutcasters. Worked with her back 2 years ago at Esports University level in the States. And I just kind of wanted to show you the production of the live stream, and how these players then, after they raise that trophy, they walk out of that arena. That is the bigger one, I think, on the left. Yeah, it has like 2 entrances. There's 4 entrances. Rocket League had 2. They would walk down this hallway, and we had these big banners where people wanted 2024, so I'm guessing they'll update those for 2025 of all the 27 game titles, I believe it was.
Carmine Corpse
and they would walk across here.
So you know, this was a crazy tournament.
Always some merchandise out there. I think this was, yeah, it was a nighttime,
and honestly, shout out
and it would go across. I've got some other video where the closing ceremony they're going across to do this stuff as well.
And an incredible accomplishment that they are going to really cherish, I think, for the rest of their careers. But
yeah, they go across because they're going to go and take their key and they're going to go put it up
so many times in Rocket League
on the wall and claim their spot in history. And this bro's like, yeah, I'm on camera. So this is the large wall, the monolith. I forget what it's called. Their totem is a word they use. So these are 3 Rocket League players. This must be Carmine Corp. Yeah, they won Rocket League. Yeah, Carmine Corp. There we go. And just the lighting on there, just to shoot that from wherever. That stage that he's on, that little one, it actually raised up on the first week, so you could stick your key, your totem, up there at the top, and it kept getting lower and lower as the weeks went on, and now they don't really need to raise it anymore, just for fun. But then right there where they're walking across, that is broken totems that are put in there, broken keys. And of course, let's do the esports awkward photo shoot. Bunch of gamers and one guy who doesn't game.
I think we saw once more.
Look at all the lighting, the AV everywhere. Incredible. So this is the second one I was talking about. Now this is part of the closing ceremony. That is actually the crown prince of Saudi Arabia. He's actually, it might not have been him. Might be. The crown prince was there, and then there's, who do you see? It's Cristiano Ronaldo. He is a ambassador for the Esports World Cup. Obviously, EAFC, football, soccer, that kind of stuff is big in gaming and esports. But it's cool, yeah, to walk across it. Look, you can see a little better right there.
And look, this is the hard part about this is everything below them was the keys destroyed.
What do you think? Put in the chat. What are your thoughts about this?
The graveyard of keys.
He's getting raised up. See, okay, here now you're gonna see it. That's why there's safety, there's precaution. They've thought of things. And he's gonna get there we go. Oh, it's a smooth start. Look at that. That's impressive. Usually those things with actuators are jolt you. And I believe he is the club owner for Team Falcons, which Team Falcons, yep, they won. They won the club champion 2 years in a row. So a lot of conversation about, you know, them winning 2 years in a row in their own country. You know, this is the kind of conversations you have in sports. You know, it's like the Patriots or the Yankees in the States. There's Ronaldo. Yeah, I don't think the Crown Prince is there yet. He's in another event where they have a closing ceremony. But this was the club champion. And so this, just wanted to show you, this spot is secondary to the 3 big arenas. And then now we're going to go into the final arena. This was really my favorite part.
About best of 12.
Just check out the production.
Today here as we take a look at the Bravia top
this,
coming in from yesterday.
Think of all the equipment needed.
Absolutely.
You'll see. You're just a second. You'll see what I'm talking about with how many inputs you need.
Apparently, and hopefully some work is required there from All Gamers Global.
Here it comes.
The best of day ones.
Yeah, I mean, Destroy
Oh,
essentially
tap
saved
this.
Tycoon.
There's the team that actually won. Just a little spoiler.
Was like, all right, I got this handled today.
You didn't hear me earlier.
They did.
Twisted
Minds.
Minds.
But it wasn't enough. I think today, though, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of saw what happened.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I forgot this before I show you this guy.
Into the final day. One good map.
I was really impressed with him. There's
teams step onto the battleground and 15.
There's just so much production here, so much rehearsal going on. He announces some of the teams, but I cut to kind of the end, the top 4 teams here in a second.
And unforgettable moments, but now the stakes are even higher as just 6 maps remain. So join me in welcoming your finalists to the main stage. One last time, starting with the Expendables.
There we go. Yeah, so they've got a couple different entry areas where they come through, and you'll start seeing, I'll show you kind of all the seats and arrangements so you can kind of see them now. This wall was amazing. Okay, so then I go to the end. Team Falcon is the last ones to be brought in before, I don't think there was a top 4 at that point. But the top 4 here in a second.
And now in the race,
I really like this camera shot that's about to show up.
Can they keep that momentum going, or will the pressure get the better?
And that thing behind him is where they crush all the keys. They have to use that kind of crusher rather than a press, because it's multiple teams that get destroyed, not just one at a time. Here's the final 4, or the top 4. And one of these teams wins. Okay, check out the stage again. Look at this. So there's stands up on the top, left and right, or on the opposite side from what you're seeing now. Just the camera work. There's 3 cameras on rigs there. Just the movement.
In 4th place, Twisted
These are the guys who won. I talked to that guy on the right for a minute. He didn't speak much English, so it wasn't a long conversation.
In 3rd place, Game Start.
I think these guys won the final map, but they didn't have enough points to win the whole thing. So you'll see, I'll explain the points a bit.
In 2nd place,
Oh, he's cold. Or he's chill. Or he's ice. I don't know.
And BL. And top of the leaderboard, going into our final day, is Virtus Pro.
They got close to winning, I think. They got close to beating, but look at this camera work around the trophy without hitting it.
The trophy is in sight, glistening in the horizon. The only thing standing in your way, 15 of the best teams in the world. It is time for one last showdown. It is time for our grand finals.
Then I think it lowers them down. No, it lowered them down. But here, this is one part when I came in. I thought this was such a cool transition, getting kind of a full shot of the map.
But we still have one more map, one more Erangel to go to find out who are going to be our EWC.
There's the shot. There's the inputs. So it's 4 players per. So that's why it's 8 across. So it's a team of 4. And there's 16 teams, I believe. Yeah, 16 teams. There's so 16 times 4, whatever that math is. Somebody would put that in the chat. I thought that was cool. So then you had, what you had is kind of the map. If you don't know PUBG, that's the map you drop into, or one of the islands. And then on the left and right is the players, the 4 players. They're still alive and their teams. Just really cool overlays and graphics.
Towards that Komeshki Stalbert area, the plane path doesn't lend itself to it, so it's to their other drop.
I just love all the camera angles.
They go.
So there's the teams.
That can happen here. There are still teams.
And if you notice, there's a plane that flew across, and all these players are parachuting out. If you've ever played a battle royale game, PUBG was kind of one of the original, I think maybe the original battle royale game where so many players jump out. This is a custom map, custom lobby. All the players are there. Here in a second, you'll see a circle pop up that shows everything outside that circle. Okay, right there. Everything outside that circle. It'll close in if you don't know how Battle Royale works, and that is deadly gas that damages your player, like many other Battle Royales. So these guys are driving in or flying in. This is the top team, Twisted Minds, and the Falcons are trying to do their best to go from 71 points and beat 87. So it's all in Twisted Minds staying alive
It's going to be very, very key
and then
for
other
them
teams trying to
in this,
get
and the
kills
circle
and placement
center.
points. So it's like how
about as
late
average
you
as you can
finish
get for
without
now. God
when
forbid
your
we
last
have another
person dies or
situation
whatever.
like we did on Tego, where
So
there's a whole bunch
battle
of
royale like
hardships
this,
down to the
you
island.
go
I
and pick up
doubt
a
that's
lot
gonna
of
happen.
gear,
This one feels like it's gonna
and
be
look at the
normal,
input here.
but
You've
we
got the
do
player.
have
They're
an
watching,
interview
and that's their
with
face.
Fancy from Twisted
And
Minds.
so they switch
Let's see how
players
he's
here in a minute.
feeling.
They'll get it set up.
Hi guys,
This
I'm
is just an
standing
interview
with,
with Twisted
Managing
Minds.
Director of Twisted Minds, and your team
MD.
in PUBG has just topped the leaderboard. How excited are you for the team?
I mean, we are in Rocket League stage right now, and I keep looking at the screen, checking the PUBG score, but we're very close to get the whole thing. And with what happened last year,
Yeah, they're over there playing Rocket League right now at the same time.
Right, and you know,
Because they have multiple
it
teams.
took them a little while to warm up, but the
Okay, you see the player down at the bottom. When they switch players from player point of view, they'll show that player's camera as well. We'll see a little more in action here in about 30 seconds or so.
And they said that this year we're
Okay, there you see that's the Twisted Minds player. They're really sticking with him because they're in the lead right now. Everybody else is out across the map gathering resources and guns and bullets.
Thank you, Fancy.
Let's see. So then we get into closer to end game. You see on the left, a team is all dead in gray, but then as they switch players, they're looking up at Team Falcons. Team Falcons came in and did like a parachute drop in to get some points because they need to get points and kills to get higher. They're only like in 6th place. So they kill a dude right here on the bottom. Right,
This is a huge battle.
right there. And so they get some points, 71 to 72. They got to kill 1 point. But they're trying to get higher. So they're trying to stay alive or get into points. Then as they switch players, you see, okay, this is the wide view, this production here of somebody on a mouse and keyboard or controller slowly moving in. And then I go back a little bit here. Yeah, I want to go back and show you this.
It's steady, but if Falcons can secure a win, Freaks are now
Yeah, so you see it on the map. You see the players, but they're looking around for players, but you see them through the walls because you're the spectator. You don't see them when you play. If you didn't know how that works, that's why you can see an outline of the players. Like, well, that's just cheating. It's not. It's just that's the way spectator mode is. So we all know where they are, but they don't know where each other.
And they at least
the other teams are.
A little bit of space to make some rotates, or at least camp on top of these two teams.
If you're a Twisted fan,
So it gets crazier and crazier. They get kind of this smaller and smaller map. Twisted Minds tries to hold on to everything. I think Twisted Mind got killed. 2 of the players got killed early, and they had to work their way outside and just stay alive to get placement points and not get killed, because then other people could start killing other teams and get more points. So it's just this really, really cool point system. So they're on the edge of the storm fighting. The circle's about to close in on them.
Rock has to be very careful, as well as when we see this push coming up from VP.
Just so much action happening, so much AV.
They've got a bunch of teams around
And
them.
then we get the last few. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 teams left. That's 8 players left, and then so right there, Twisted.
There's enough points left in the lobby here for the
Yeah, the Twisted Mind team. Their last person died. They got like 93 or whatever. And there's no way Gingy or Falcon's coming out. So I was sitting next to, you'll see in a minute, I was sitting next to all the Falcon players when I was watching this. The fans, I should say. And this moment when they're like, you know, you're always trying to do the math. You're like, well, if we get so many points and somebody gets 1 other point, we'll be able to earn this. And if we get that, and this happens, and we get a touchdown or a goal, it's just like this is what's happening with the Falcon players.
They spot it all out. They know where Capitan is. They're just throwing everything they've
So here's
got
them
at
ending.
Capitan. Can't quite manage to get more.
Yeah.
He's gonna go down. Game start, win, take the round.
But they are unavoidable.
Yeah, so these are the guys
they are inescapable.
that won.
Your 2025 EWC PUBG champions.
Yeah, and then they activate the key machine that destroys all of the keys, because, like I said, they can crush 1 team at a time.
I think it's only fair.
Or they press this button, and the other 15 teams that didn't win in that final round get dropped in there and get eaten up. And I got a couple other videos of that stuff, but this is fun. This is the last part where they are getting raised up to hold up the trophy. And so here in a moment, this last part, this last few minutes, I'll show you kind of behind the scenes. I'll go up on stage and show you all the kit and everything else as we finish up the show. But yeah, if you see stuff here on the show, just put stuff in the chat of questions I can answer, or if you see certain pieces of AV that you like or you have questions about, tag me. It's just so much money spent. Okay, so this was that hallway where they walked in between, and that was where they had the totems all set up, and this is the big arena. So now you're seeing it kind of a different angle from when you walk in. You don't really see this on stream, but this is when you walk in from the entrance, and you can pick left or right, whichever side your team is on. So I went up left. As you can see, there's some teams over there, more stands. All the fans are there. There's a production booth there on that side. There might be one on the other side as well. And this is just one of the small production stages or areas for particular graphics and camera angles. And if you saw that, there were some suites up top. I didn't really get a shot of that. I didn't want to get too much of that. And yeah, there's some suites up there. You can see where, if you paid the big bucks, you could go watch from the top floor. And so as you can see, these seats are there. There's 8 teams on each side, and they're facing inward and outward. Oh yeah, here's some more shots of that multi-view. There's one of the cameras that's in the middle. I think this is the side one. It was messy. There's another middle one that comes out right above the trophy, and you can see the screens up top. I got a lot of shots of this, and I just want you to really take it in as you see it from this angle rather than what's just produced on a live stream. And I was just taking this video. There's some mics on the seats so they could gather audience reactions. There, you see now a little bit better the stage and how the players are set up. And this huge wall. I actually got a shot here in a second, and there's the trophy eater. And I got a shot here in a second of this gap where a wire went through, and you could see the backstage. I didn't go backstage in this one because I was already pushing my limits of the press pass. But you can see the kit. I get some shots there. I go down and look at those boxes, the cameras. There you go. You bring in your own keyboard, you bring in your own mouse, typically. But the monitors, the computers, the camera, and the audio boxes all set up there. I think it was some Lenovo Legion computers. And then yeah, here's a shot. There was a hole in got to see the guys just all back there working, doing some tech. Dude, I don't know what they were doing. Who knows? Just making sure audio and lights are working. Just lighting everywhere. This is just one of the areas up on top. There was a guy interviewing, doing some reporting for an actual newspaper, or probably not a newspaper, but a media company. You can see the big stage, so you can see all this. What I loved about this is the gameplay, and you can see the map, and you can also see the ranking where people are and who's alive. So I also love where it said zone shrinking. Every time something on the map changed, the lights and the walls reflected that. So 20 players are left. It's just these cool updates that are just built in, that are queued up. I don't know if somebody's in the back saying queue team eliminated, or it automatically is set up to go ahead and queue that up. Yeah, the fans are having a great time. Yeah, so afterwards when people are leaving, I've got some shots, different timeline here, but you can kind of see the setup. The players had left and they were fixing the stage. I was about to head down there and check out all the cool stuff. But I wanted to show you some of the lights up top, where some of the cameras are. You can just see there's just so much happening on all those trusses. Just so much. Just incredible. Okay, so that was the host, but this guy on the right, Stevie's a rock star, you guys. I think he lives actually here in London, and huge beard, huge curly Q mustache. I chatted with him for, I don't know, about 3 to 5 minutes and just asked him to come speak to our students. He's just a producer extraordinaire, AD, and just humble. You know, you ask him really good questions, and he just kind of answers so humbly. It just makes me want to be like him. This was some of the ending parts of the teams. You can just kind of see the angles of them playing and what they're seeing as well. And this was fun. So he queued all this up. He stepped up. Boom. The stage goes up. He's talking, right? He's announcing. I just thought this was really cool. Just a great use of the stage, the height, camera work. You see this on stream, and it's just a bunch of different angles. Just look at all that. It's incredible.
One great game will do it. Okay. Quick temperature check.
So much happening. There's some of the teams for the winning team, Twisted Minds, are over there behind them.
Are you ready?
He's like, "Are you ready?" Yeah, it was fun watching that guy. As somebody who does hosting, like just watching that. Let's see, does he get down? No, he didn't get help. He has to leap. Yeah. Stevie, cool dude. There's that shot with all the inputs. Just think of how many things are how many wires, how many miles of cables. Another shot. Just trying to get you some experiential things here. There's the camera in the middle that goes up and through the risers and the trusses. Yeah, so that's it. I want to show that again. The zone shrinking. So when the circle would shrink, it would kind of activate. They're going crazy. Their team just won. Their team just won. That's that angle earlier from the kid, that kid winning. Winner. Just so cool. So that's part of that look. And then they do the key ceremony. I wanted to show you from this angle now, has a spectator in the stands, what it looked like. As I showed you what it looked like from stream. Oh, look at all the camera people. There's Stevie. Look at all the camera people that it takes, the production. There's photographers, there's videographers, there's the AD, there's handlers, people making sure people don't trip. Just so much stuff going on at once. The amount of production. I just hope my students can come back next year and help learn and produce the show. But then the keys, they go bloop. They drop in there and get grinded up somehow. Just so much happening. Look at those lights. The programming involved. Yeah. So as we wrap up here, we're gonna look at this last part before we watch the closing ceremony, which is pretty cool. And that is this stage walkthrough. So I want you to kind of, in the chat, call out some things you see, call out different products of things on stage, things on the desks, under the desks. What do you see when we're looking through this area? Now you can see from this perspective that all the teams are gone. They're kind of wrapping up. You can see headsets, the secret lab chairs, pretty comfy. There's T1's desks. Yeah, what do you see in the chat? There's a close-up shot. I was pretty scared, honestly. I didn't want to get too close. The Twisted Minds won. There's a shot from that direction, which was so cool. and it was very slippery. It was very slippery on the floor with all that confetti. Pretty sure I fell forward and backwards a few times. Slipped, I should say, not fell. Yeah, get some shots with my thumb in the way. There's some shots from that angle.
You're welcome, you're welcome. All right, guys, get together.
What do you see? What do you see in the chat? Oh, lots of water bottles. Or here now that I'm in England, water bottle. They had some of the crew taking some photos. They were like, hey, we need a photographer. And I was like, I could do it, but I don't have a great camera. And I was kind of busy having fun doing other stuff. There was so many photos. This is some of the panel walls. Couldn't really get a shot. I mean, they seamed it up where you really couldn't see much of what was going on.
Can I get player management as well? Is player management around?
All right, here's our last few shots from the Esports World Cup that I got to go visit. Just super honored that I was able to do this. And there's a reporter doing some content. But yeah, here is the final closing ceremony. Check it out. And thank you guys for watching the rAVe Esports Show. We'll see you next time. We're going to interview Lucas Hayworth from Extron. Enjoy the closing ceremony. Bye, guys.
Get future ready with Extron Esports AV technologies. Experience better looking images and higher quality sound with AV systems that are easy to control. When it comes to esports, Extron provides the winning edge. To learn more, visit extron.com/esports.